Hi everyone. So today's video is going to be about what does it mean to be truly vulnerable. And I noticed that in most of my videos, I am very vulnerable because I don't really doll myself up as much as I thought I would when I started a YouTube channel. And I don't really put on a full face and do my hair and all that kind of stuff because I wanted to feel as vulnerable and as authentic as possible. Does it really matter? No, but I feel like for me it makes it more personal for me. It feels like I'm talking to somebody that I trust. I'm talking to somebody that I'm not worried about getting judged. And if I am going to be judged, I'm going to be judged for my authentic self. I'm not going to be judged because I have fake eyebrows or because I have fake lashes on or because my lipstick is purple. I'm going to be judged by who I am and what I'm saying and the things that I feel. I would rather be judged being my authentic self than showing a different person and they judge me based on that person. I don't think I become different people. I'm not exposing myself there. But I think it is a different person when you put up that barrier of makeup and hair and the glitz and the glamour and the lights and all things like that. I think it is a very different scenario versus now, versus when I'm not all done up and the lights aren't in my face and, there's no filters on me. I'm just talking and I'm letting a conversation transpire. Mind you, I am talking to myself. But I do allow myself to just be myself. Especially thousands, maybe millions of people will one day see my video. And they'll see my bare face. And they'll see it and they'll understand that I do love it. I do respect it. Do I prefer it all the time? Sometimes, to be honest. Because I'm not in dire need of makeup. Nor do I think that I always need makeup to feel great. But I feel like being truly vulnerable means just letting yourself be yourself when you want to have a genuine conversation. And what else does it take to be genuinely and truly vulnerable? I think it takes honesty. I think it takes patience. To be vulnerable, you have to understand the other side as well. And that can mean anything, to be honest. But it means if I'm having a conversation with somebody that I don't necessarily trust fully, I need to understand why I don't trust them. I need to also understand why they might not trust me. And usually when you are presenting yourself as vulnerable, you want them to trust you and you want to build a relationship. You break down that wall, that barrier that you have so that you guys can connect in a different way that you would if your barriers were both up. So the way I describe it and the way that I'm able to properly tell people what it's like to be vulnerable is by example or, just telling stories. And that's what I'm basically going to do. It's not going to be a long story, but basically if you have a friend who you feel fairly comfortable with, but you're not super comfortable to talk about past trauma or past relationships or past experiences with other people. Sometimes you open yourself up, you get really vulnerable, truly vulnerable, and you let your guard down and you say, hey, I want to talk to you about something, and I think that it's important. Just, or maybe not even just say it's important, just say, if it's okay with you, I want to talk to you about something, and just let it out, because it creates a moment of trust. It creates a moment of intimacy between two people or between two parties of hey, I really want to express my opinions and my feelings, and I want to be vulnerable. And you don't have to flat out be hey, I'm going to be vulnerable right now. Prepare yourself. But, sometimes saying, I just want to be honest and I want to tell you something important, or I want to tell you something that means something to me, that's allowing not only the other person, but yourself to tear that wall down very slowly. Being vulnerable for me, I feel like I need to be vulnerable sometimes. All my life, I feel like I've had that wall, not on purpose, clearly, because I don't like having it. But, you know, things happen where you build that wall, you weren't aware that you built it, and just remembering to let it down sometimes, because sometimes you want to build relationships. Sometimes you want to have people who stay in your life for a while, and that does include, one time or another, being vulnerable and telling the truth and telling stories about yourself that otherwise you wouldn't tell the whole entire world. I think it is important, and I think it is something worthwhile, being vulnerable and letting other people just know some things about you so that they can feel like they can trust you. And what I mean by that is, if they know something very vulnerable, very, like, you know, deep about you, they would feel comfortable enough to do it back, usually. You know, they're like, well, this person trusted me, maybe I can trust them. You know, like, maybe we can trust each other. And in turn, that's usually what happens. Not everyone's built the same way. Not everyone thinks the same way. But I just wanted to, you know, not a mini lesson, but really just try to define it for not only myself, but also a lot of other people, what vulnerability means, what it means to be truly vulnerable, how you can do it, different ways you can do it. It doesn't always have to be flat out, hey, I'm being vulnerable. It could be just, you know, different signals, different signs, different things you do. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below what you want me to talk about next. I might do a relationship advice video. We don't know. Let me know. I may do a whole bunch of other different stuff. I definitely am back. I am going to be making lots and lots and lots of videos. So I'll be able to probably upload whenever I have a video available. I'm thinking, I think it was Monday and Thursdays. I like that schedule. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, a great night, great morning. Remember, life is the key to a very successful day. Remember to live, laugh, and love. And bye, guys.